Hello, welcome to Stitching with Cindy Botts. Today's project are Christmas stockings. I've got two different styles we're going to talk about. This one is just your traditional shape. This is just a traditional stocking. It's not very big. It's just enough to put part of your hand in. The style and size is up to you to make. I just drew out a pattern for this on a piece of grocery bag. There's my pattern. If I was doing this for a child or something where we were actually going to be putting, treats and things and toys and prizes for a person in them, I think I would make my pattern a little wider. It didn't come out quite as wide as I thought. As you can see, I can just fit my hand kind of in there, but not enough to go all the way down really to the bottom. But these are for my kitty cats and my puppy dog, so they're perfect. They're just more for a decoration, a couple treats, and a couple toys. Nothing big is going in them. So there's the traditional one, and it is lined. All right, and then I have this one that I made that is the elf style. All right, so it's longer and it has that little curve for the elf shoe at the bottom, and instead of a straight cuff at the top, I put this little pointed cuff at the top. All right, so those are the two stockings, and again, I just drew it out on a grocery bag. And again, if you want to use them for children and stuff, I would make it a little bit wider. Mine is not very wide, it's just a hand wide, and I think it should be, about 2 inches wider. But just sketch it out, and that is how I did that. So I made a little pattern for the cuff. I made for the white cuff just a piece of paper cut. You can see it's not even very straight, just so that I knew how wide and how long to make it. And then by folding over that same piece of paper, same size I should say, just by folding it up, I was able to decide how to make my my little pointy part for the the gestury part of the elf stocking. So stockings are very simple to make. Let's start with talking about the elf stocking. So for the elf stocking, what I did was using 2 pieces of material, right sides together. I sewed them, turned it right side out, and then top stitched it. Okay, and that's how I got this. All right, and then sewing part of the stocking together at one of the side seams, I went ahead and laid my cuff on it, and it's a little bit bigger than the stocking, but that's all right because it looks fine if it's a little gathered up there. Just find where the center is and make your gathers even on both sides. Okay, so that's how I did the cuff for that. And then I did the same color lining as for the cuff. My puppy has found one of the kitty cats, and they're having a little conversation in the background. So this is the same size as the outside for the lining. And what you would do is you would stitch a little bit, leave a nice big opening, and stitch again all the way around. All right, stitching all the way around to the top. Okay, so that's the lining for the elf one. Here's the lining that I'm going to use for another green one, and here you can see that I have left a nice big opening for turning. Nice big opening for turning, and I have sewed and sewed around. All right. Here is how I did the cuff for the green one. I took that white piece of paper and laid it on white shiny, white shiny. I can't believe they're barking like that and playing in the background. It's nice shiny material. And I put a little top stitching cuff on it, just a little hem at the bottom of the cuff. Then I sewed it into the side seam. After putting just a little bit of the side seam there, you can see I just went a little bit over the length of that cuff. I then decided to sew the cuff in so that when I sew the lining in, it doesn't get bunched up on me or anything like that. Get a good pleat or something in it. So I went ahead and sewed at the top here. All right, then I went ahead, closed that up, sew those side seams, and then what you do is making sure the lining toe is on the same side as the outside toe. With right sides together, you just stick it inside that stocking and sew around, sewing it closed. Then through that hole that you left inside, you go ahead and pull your stocking right side up, close up that hole by laying the seam on it, laying the seam closed and just sewing it closed. Then you're going to want to make a little strap, and to do that you take a 4-inch or 3-inch piece of material, fold it in half, press it, and then fold it again so that you have this quarter. So if it's 4 inches, you're going to have a 1-inch little strap thing. So there, so do that, and you sew down the seams. I apologize for my 6-month-old puppy. He's just learning to do things and interact with the kitties. So here is the little strap part, and what I'm going to do for this is I am going to fold it over, and I am going to fold this end up so it's like that. All right, so that when I sew this inside here, all right, you can see where I sewed it in. Let me just adjust the camera. This is where I sewed it, and by sewing it like this right here, I catch those raw edges. All right, so you're going to sew here, and that will catch that raw edge against the stocking, and then this one is folded inside. Okay, so that catches both your raw edges. Okay, and that's how you make these cute stockings. Again, you can make it as wide as you want, as long as you want. I like this size for the kitties and the puppy. And here, let me show you my puppy. Oh, my puppy has one of my slippers. That's not so good. All right, happy stitching. Have a great day. And like and subscribe. Bye-bye now.